Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 63rd anniversary dinner of the Young Israel of West Hempstead. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Simi Chigger. I'll be acting as the MC for this evening with the goal of keeping our program moving along. Thank you. Tonight's dinner has been a long time in the making, with great anticipation as we pay tribute and offer our gratitude to special individuals and institutions and their role in returning our beloved Rabbi Peller to us. I ask you now to please rise for the singing of the national anthem and Hatikva, led by Dan Lev and Mayor Davis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Kolod balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homiya ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin lezion Sophia od lovda tikvateinu hatikva bat shnot alpayim להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון ירושלים, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון ירושלים.
Please remain standing. At this time, we will recite two chapters of Tehillim, Psalms. The first chapter, 100, keeping with the theme of Hodah, offers thanks to God and for all he does for us. The second chapter, 130, recognizes that beyond our gratitude, there are those less fortunate who need our prayers for health and compassion. Both chapters will be displayed on the screen, and we will recite them responsively, led by our rabbinic intern, Rabbi Schreier.
Mizmor l'Sodar Adonai kol haaretz. Ivdu es Adonai b'simcha, ba'u lefanav birnana. Tu ki Adonai hu Elohim, hu asanu v'lo anachnu, amon v'tzom hariso. O Sara b'sodah, chaserasa b'siva, odulo baruch shemo. Ki tov Adonai le'olam chasto, v'yador v'ador emunaso. Shir ha'malos v'mamakim krasicha Adonai. Adonai shema b'kol Tiazal Gashuvos, the Kotaknunai. Imabonos Tishmaria, Adonai Miyamad. Ki Imcha Slicha, Leman Divorei. Ki Visi Adonai, Kivasa Nafshi, V'lidbaro Chalti. Shila Adonai, Mishamrim Laboker, Shomrim Laboker. Yachel Yisrael Adonai, Ki Emanai Chesed, Rebbeim Ovdos. Hu Yiftes Yisrael, Mikol Avonosah.
You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to call upon our president to say a few words. Being president in a synagogue is a difficult and often thankless job. It requires enormous number of hours and dedication on a daily basis and totally consumes you. David has been a member of our shul for nearly 25 years and has held just about every officer position. There's no one that knows more about our daily operations than he does. I thank him for having the foresight for tonight's theme of Hakarat Hatov and for the leadership he provided to the dinner committee for putting together our program. Please join me in welcoming my good friend and our president, David Barris.
Thank you, Simi. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's really a pleasure to see all of you, despite the blinding lights. It's my pleasure again to welcome you all here to the 63rd anniversary dinner of the Young Israel of West Hempstead. This dinner is particularly important to us, as you might imagine. Not that the number 63 has that much significance, although I'm sure Rabbi Peller has a gematria for it, which probably I'm wrong. But we have a dinner just about every year, and we recognize people who have done amazing work for the shul and made meaningful contributions to the congregation. Tonight, however, we're gathered here to recognize individuals and institutions who've brought so much to us, who have literally saved our world. And we offer our Hakarat Hatov, our deepest gratitude to those people. A year and a half ago, our community was literally struck at its core. Many of us recall where we were when we heard the awful news of the accident with Rabbi Peller. But also on that night, there were people put in places where we needed them to be, although we didn't know it at the time, where God literally put them. The Talmud in Sanhedrin says, Kol ha'makayim nefesh achas miYisrael ki'ilu kiyam olam maleh. Anyone who saves a life, it's as if he saved the entire world. Our honorees truly brought this lesson to life for all of us. Please join me in welcoming tonight's deserving honorees for excellence in community service, President and CEO of NYU Winthrop Hospital, John Collins. our Women of Valor awardee, Sophia Dawkins. And our Family of the Year, Dr. Abe and Sara Peller. We thank all of you for the active roles you played directly and through your leadership in the events that took place December a year ago, ensuring that our community continues to be blessed with the presence and leadership of our beloved Rav, Rabbi Yehuda. Tonight we will hear much about our honorees through a video tribute, and Rabbi Kellermer will present an award to each and a heartfelt gift. As a member of the Young Israel myself for nearly 25 years, I've seen the rabbi in action from afar and heard of the amazing tales of deep devotion to the community. Now as president, following in the footsteps of the 33 presidents who preceded me, I have a ringside seat to the amazing world that is our rabbi. When he asks what time he can call me until each night, it's usually because I go to sleep before him. His nonstop energy is not to be believed. When he emails me to set up a schedule for discussion, I know it's possible that that might not occur because every issue that comes to the community becomes a top priority for him. Whether you have a simcha, an emergency, a sickness in the family, a challenge of any sort, Rabbi Kellermer becomes aware, he is deeply concerned, and he'll do all in his power to minimize the anguish. My family, too, has benefited from the rabbi's amazing ability to be in the right place at the right time. Rabbi happened to mention this yesterday in shul. It was years ago when my mother was recognized posthumously by Ohel Children's Home for her lifetime work. My brothers and I were being honored in her memory at a Midtown hotel in Manhattan, and lo and behold, Rabbi Kellermer showed up to shake our hands. And also, when our youngest daughter was born 11 weeks prematurely, we sought the guidance from Rabbi Kellermer, who gave us strength, and in our case, he told us not to delay in naming her, and thank God she's a healthy young woman today. We need to thank Ruchi and the entire Kellermer family, many of whom have joined us this evening, for sharing the rabbi with us, your Abba, your Zaidi, your Super Zaidi, with all of us, your extended family of nearly 1,000 families in the West Hempstead Jewish community. Rabbi Kellermer and Ruchi, may you both be blessed with happiness, long life, and health until 120. Young Israel and West Hempstead continue to grow at an unprecedented rate. Today, the Young Israel has nearly 750 members, and we've been jump-started by new families that have joined our shul, including over 100 in the past 3 years alone. We are blessed to have an active membership and nonstop programming that literally offers something for everyone. Let me take a few minutes to elaborate. Our Clara Klein Adult Education Department, run by Associate Rabbi Josh Galler and Jonathan Allmark, offers numerous classes on a wide range of subjects, and they also administer the Joseph and Edith Reinstein Scholar in Residence Program, which brings in well-known Torah scholars from around the world and around the country to share insights with us. The Bruce Wenger Youth Department, led by committee chairs Allison Gross and Rita Marilis, and led under the direction of Shiloh and Vered Shironi, caters to hundreds of our children all year with holiday programs and events that delight and educate. And with the recent addition of the Marty Cohen Playground, we now have an outdoor facility for our kids to play. And it also has the ability to host our new Parak in the Park program, and it was pointed out to me that there's already not enough space. Our teen department, led by Jordan and Shoshana Ginsburg, is full and vibrant as ever. Let me take the opportunity to thank the Ginsburgs for the work they've done in the past 2 years. They'll be moving on to a new home in New Jersey to continue their life with their children. We wish them much luck and success ahead, and look forward to seeing them when they visit their families in West Hempstead. Thanks to Mara Allison Fixler and Menachem Benziner for the roles you play in guiding the youngest among us. And I'm happy to say that we are concluding the second year of our rabbinic internship program with Yeshiva University. Let me thank Rabbi Schreier, who led the Psalms earlier, for the great Divrei Torah you've brought to us, and will continue to do so through June. And I'm happy to share that we've already selected, with the help of a committee on that, a rabbinic intern to continue the success of this program into 5779. I want to thank our amazing sisterhood, led by Presidents Adina Frankel, Carrie Levine, and Anat Schick. For their deep love for the shul and the tremendous support, most importantly for the warmth the sisterhood brings to the programming and all of our members, with more chesed initiatives than I could possibly list. To the shul's officers, board of trustees, gabayim, and committees of all sorts, including the House Committee, Chevra Kadisha, Erev, Yartzeit, Decorum, Men's Club, Jewish Action, NORPAC, Yom HaShoah, newly reformed Yom HaAtzmaut, the Membership Committee, Young Families, Welcoming Committee, Tehillim, CIA, Rabbi's Fund, the list goes on. And I'm a stickler for time, so we're not going to be here all day. The shul cannot possibly operate without all of your time and effort, so on behalf of the entire membership, we thank you all. Let me also thank the shul's administrative offices, our new administrator, Ronnie Weinstein. Ronnie has been in her new role for nearly a year and has quickly taken to the balancing act of managing an institution with many moving parts and people, and always doing it with a calm demeanor. Wendy Pusateri, who's been with us, Young Israel, for nearly 10 years, is always on the front lines helping our members navigate the shul. And our newest office member, Susan Altintas, is here, and she brings with her years of shul experience that it helps make our shul run more smoothly. To our custodial staff, Oscar Moreno, Jorge Diaz, and Marvin Gomez. Thank you for opening the doors for us, providing clean places in which we daven and learn 7 days a week, nearly 24 hours a day. And of course, I'd like to thank especially the dinner committee led by Chairwoman Simcha Levine. And all the members of the dinner committee and Raffle committee who worked tirelessly to make this dinner as the huge success that you see it in front of you. I want to thank my wife, Tzipora, and our children for giving me the time and space to do what I believe is important work for the shul. And for recognizing that if they need me, they probably need to make an appointment. I still do keep Saturday nights available as date night. That's actually true. My time, got to put that clock away. I don't like clocks. Let me close with this. There is a person who is not listed in the program as an honoree, but we must offer our thanks at this appropriate time. When the news spread of the accident, we felt somewhat lost. Without hesitation, Rabbi Gala rose to the occasion. Where's Rabbi Gala? Without hesitation, Rabbi Gala rose to the occasion. He organized davening and tehillim. He counseled us on proper action. He created a mitzvah drive of sorts, an atmosphere of introspection and unity, and he gave us spiritual strength. He led from the front and helped us through the difficult months as Rabbi Kellerman recovered. I now ask Rabbi Gala, our associate rabbi, to join me here and say a few words and introduce the video. Again, I want to thank you all for your tremendous and amazing support. Have a wonderful evening.
David Bershus, Rabbi Kellemer. There are many words that we use in the Hebrew language that are often either mistranslated or loosely translated. One of those is Hakarat Hatov. If we ask most people, they'll tell us Hakarat Hatov means gratitude. It means to give thanks. But truthfully, as we all know, the words actually mean to recognize tov, to recognize good. And so tonight's video does just that. Allow me to explain. Tonight we recognize the tov that our amazing shul and community offers us through its learning and chesed and myriad of other opportunities. We recognize the goodness, the tov, tonight of complete strangers who offer their time in times of emergency. We recognize the tov, the goodness of places like Winthrop Hospital and Kessler that provided hours and months of support to the Kellemer family and our entire community. We recognize the tov that we've had the privilege and blessing of having for 35 years in our Rav, our beloved Rabbi Kellemer. We recognize the tov, the goodness, the great goodness that Rabbi Kellemer has brought and bestowed on our community and led us in for so many years, and Yirtzeh Hashem, so many more in good health, God willing. And most importantly, we recognize the tov, the incredible goodness of the Almighty, of God, who allowed each and every one of us to be here tonight to share in this incredible moment of gratitude, thanks, and simply recognizing the tov that we all are blessed to have in our lives. The Torah tells us at the end of creation, at the end of the sixth day, after each day of tov, as we just counted off, 6 dvarim tovim, 6 great things, 6 good things. The Torah tells us, Vayar Hashem soa ki tov ma'od. It was very good. And so tonight, we do the very same thing. In our own unique and special way, these 6 dvarim tovim, we say, V'hinei tov ma'od. This, tonight, is extraordinary and amazingly very good.
I am privileged and honored to introduce to everyone and ask our Morid Asra, Rabbi Yehuda Kellemer, to come up and speak.
Someone already noticed, Neil Rosenblum, that I have 2 sets of notes. The longer sermon and the shorter one. And I'm putting away the... I will notice how many didn't respond. We have a lot of work to do, and we have inspiring examples in the honorees. So I would like to express my gratitude to a number of individuals, particularly the honorees, on my behalf and behalf of Rachi. First, want to acknowledge the rabbis who are present this evening and who really graced this occasion. Too much water. Rabbi Mark and Gerald Volk, Executive Director of Young Israel. Hold your applause, please, till I complete the list. Rabbi David Cohn, one of our own blossoms of our community. Rabbi of Congregation or Torah in North Woodmere. Rabbi Uri and Rebbetzin Lesser. Rabbi of Beis Torah Tefillah. That's Rebbetzin Sara Lesser. Rabbi Yossi and Rebbetzin Raffle Lieberman, Chabad of West Hempstead. Of course, Rabbi Mel and Esther David, our community, Rabbi Anshel Pearl, Chabad of Mineola, chaplain of NYU Winthrop Hospital. Rabbi Ephraim Schwal, Congregation Eitz Chaim of Dorwood Park. Rabbi Yolana and Rebbetzin Sonaker, Anshe Shalom. Rabbi Pearl, Anshe Shalom. It's Rabbi Yehuda Pearl. Rabbi Anshel Pearl, chaplain of NYU Winthrop Hospital. Rabbi Sadi and Rabbi Edelman from Hang Together with Rabbi Elliot Hecht and Rabbi Merrill and Malki. Rabbi Mrs. Schreier, Rabbi Jordan and Shoshana Ginsburg, Rabbi Shiloh and Vered Sharoni, and Achron Chaviv, the one who really demonstrated that in a time of need, a time of crisis, one's shoulders of a rabbi carry a community together with his Rebbetzin, Rabbi Josh and Rachel Galler. What I'd like to do this evening is speak about the honorees. But first, I want to thank and acknowledge Simi Chigger, Simcha Levine, and their committees for doing such a magnificent job in inspiring us this evening with a banquet that is truly perfect. It's imperfect only because possibly I still have a way to go. The incredible talent that was invested in me from NYU Winthrop Hospital is now surfacing, and I am able to begin to walk. And so the thank you that I give is a thank you that I need to give to someone like Rabbi Galler and Rebbetzin Galler for carrying the community, Dr. Harold Lipsky and Sharon and his administration that carried the shul at that period of time so beautifully, and to thank all of you, my family, the members and participants in our shul in Young Israel. Thank you for the beautiful and wonderful thoughts which you gave me during my illness. I'm not completely better, so I can't say the Gomel with a Vav. Gomel with a Vav would be totally the bracha and blessing that we recite when one is delivered from illness. That has to still wait. But Gomel without a Vav is 63. Have I fulfilled? I have fulfilled my constitutional obligation. And let me speak about the honorees. The Chief Executive Officer and president of NYU Winthrop Hospital, John Collins. 21 years since 1997, John has nurtured the institution to become such a major center of medical expertise and devotion and commitment. And I saw and felt that commitment. I saw that and felt that through my illness, through my midwinter vacation. I was able to understand what it means to be a physician, to see them in action, to see the nurses in action, to see the kind of lifnim mishuras hadin, which means beyond the call of duty, but it really means the core of duty, lifnim, the core. And they made you proud, John. I want you to know that. They made you proud because they felt, I believe, and now I understand even more, that they know the standard of excellence which you insist upon, but more than that, which you educate the entire staff. And so small things, like giving me a religious work that was put, a book on my bed, and the nurse came back in and said, "What's it doing on a bed? It's got to be under the rabbi's body." And she put the book under my body. She did that. And then another nurse, after 11 days, where I finally got, after 30 years of being up at night, 11 days of complete and total rest. The staff really believes that there was a medical problem for me not to get up soon enough after the surgery. What an opportunity. But the cry, that cry in my ears from nurses, "Jordan, wake up!" Because they were sad. They were really depressed, sad, that I didn't come out immediately from the surgery. And so, John, I want you to know that they made you proud. And I understand now the kind of work that you do, day and night. The kind of work is remarkable, phenomenal. I wonder, and I asked my wife, we discussed this today, I asked, how is it that you can operate day and night thinking about that? Well, what about the rest that you deserve? And then I realized that your wife, Kathy, is an actress and a singer, a remarkable singer. In the Bible, John, we have that notion. When people of royalty needed to be inspired, they took a harpist who would sing. And Kathy does that for you. I believe that. I truly believe, as I have learned from this experience, as anyone has learned from experience, that it is the level, the care of one's wife that causes, that inspires, that gives life to us so often as people who need to cater to others. It is they who give us the melody of our lives. Kathy has done that so beautifully with your children. And so, my first honoree this evening, to whom I would like to present our gifts, are to you, John. We asked you to come up with Kathy, with Caroline, and with her fiance, CJ. We ask you to please come up to the podium. I'd like to present you the first award. What we have over here is a beautiful lithograph, which is called Birchas HaEsek, a blessing for one's place of work. And the Hebrew text translated reads, "May this business prosper and be a success. May it bring peace of mind and never distress, like a tree by the water that is always nourished. May this business grow and continue to flourish." I would like to ask, before I read the inscription, to ask Simcha Levine to help me and assist me in giving this award. The inscription reads, "Excellence in Community Service, presented to John Collins, President and CEO, NYU in Winthrop Hospital, Young Israel of West Hempstead, 63rd Anniversary Dinner, April 29th, 2018. Mazel Tov," the Hebrew term, and congratulations. We also have, for John, the following tribute lithograph with Hakarat Hatov and deepest gratitude. This is for John's office. The Young Israel of West Hempstead presents the Excellence Community Service Award to John Collins, President and CEO, NYU Winthrop Hospital, in recognition of his leadership and dedication to those in need. 63rd Anniversary Dinner, April 29th, 2018. You may be seated. Sophia Dawkins is an unusual human being, as we all recognize and realize. Sophia, as patient care assistant in the ICU at St. Francis Hospital, as a respiratory therapist. You had quite a day that day already, an exhausting day on December 12th. And nevertheless, you decided to stop. You had every reason to continue to take care of your children, Michael and Chantel, and to gather more strength for another day to save lives. You decided, as you told me on the telephone, you decided that I don't just work in the hospital, I work in order to help people. I'm on the job. Driving down Hempstead Avenue, I'm on the job. I found that fascinating. I was also on the job that evening. Two people on their job, and meet, and you remember possibly that I was able, after a certain amount of feet in the air, able to whisper to you, "Take me home." I didn't mean you were home. I think you laughed at the time, a little bit. I thought you would just take me away, but you understood what to do. You understood very well, because your life is bound up with saving lives. Sophia, I'm sure you heard in the ICU, maybe from a Jewish patient who is maybe having difficulty breathing and thinks, as so many Jews think that they are also, everyone thinks that they are a physician. And you probably heard one of your patients whisper to you, I imagine, so I want to explain that term that they used. They probably said to you, Sophia, I need a l'chaim. You thought they only meant the blessing. They meant something else. Something very spirited. I just want to tell you, Sophia, that tonight with this award that we give you for excellence in nursing care, for saving a life, another life of the many lives that you save, I want to say to you that everyone collectively turns to you tonight and says, as the Broadway play, which has now been again played on Broadway, and that great song L'chaim, to life, we all say to you, Sophia, L'chaim. May you have many, many years of life, and may you continue to give life, so many, for 120 years plus. Sophia, I'd like to ask you to come up to the podium. I'd like to present you with the award. I'd like very much to ask that your children come up also, Chantel and Michael. And I believe Chantel's fiance, Dawn, please come up to the podium. I'd like to ask our Synagogue President, David Barrett, together with Simcha Levine, to help me present this award. This beautiful work of art is a translation of our traditional song, sung on Friday evenings in many, many Jewish homes around the world, Eishes Chayil, a woman of valor. It has the entire translation of that Hebrew poem written by the mother of King Solomon. And it concludes, she should be praised, give her the fruits of her hand, and let her be praised in the gates by her very own deeds. The inscription reads, Woman of Valor, presented to Sophia Dawkins in Israel of West Hempstead, 63rd anniversary dinner, April 29th, 2018. Family of the Year, Abe and Sara Peller. A man and a woman, a wife and a husband, on a mission, unquestionably so. A mission to repair our world. We speak about Tikkun Olam constantly in our prayers. We conclude our prayers with the dream that the entire world, all human beings, should be part of the repair of our world and serve the Almighty. But at the beginning of the prayer, we say first, God, God, you gave me a pure soul. We begin with ourselves, a pure soul, not concerned about the world, because we have a soul to take care of, people who are in our responsibility. We excel in that, and we do that with absolute purity, so that by the end of prayer, we can go out into the world, across all of creation, and discover and uncover so many more who require that purity of vision. Abe and Sara Peller are individuals who are Mesakin Olam. Sara, unbelievable. Like the ancient Sara, the laughter of Sara, the unbelievable aesthetic arts in which she excels. We all always recall how she is able to bring all the beautiful colors of the world together in her home, how she is consulted by so many, because within her own soul, she can blend different individuals, different ideas, different thoughts, creative thoughts, always wanting to make the world a place of creativity. And from that creativity flows a beautiful front yard that always had children laughing, classmates and friends of her children. She always had people who would delight in her culinary talents. Whatever she touches, whatever she molds, whatever she crafts, comes out sparkling, exquisite, because she invests her heart, a pure heart. She is a niece, a great niece, one of the greatest rabbis of our generation, who is known for his love of every Jew, Rabbi Aryeh, and he was an unbelievable rabbi. And he taught people that they do best what they know how to do, and they do it quietly, and they do it in an unnoticed way. Rabbi Aryeh Steinman of blessed memory. And she has that heritage within her neshama, to Mesakin Olam. She's a remarkable wife. The culinary talents are unbelievable. And whenever her husband Abe suddenly needs a lunch, then she comes running to the hospital. She comes running to the hospital and she gives him that lunch. And then she takes care of so many as a dietitian. Because she wants to see a world where everyone basks in the light and the beauty of a world which the Ribono Shel Olam gave us as the ultimate gift. She wants to make that world beautiful, and she does so. Abe is constantly on the move, constantly moving. Whenever I come into shul, you see the way he davens, the way he prays. He's moving from one end always to the other. I try to catch him for a moment. He's invested in prayer. He is a mountain climber, unquestionably, because he wants to climb spiritual mountains and he wants to grow from day to day spiritually. Abe was the one who, as a Yedid Nefesh, as a close friend, was there every day to console my family, to give reports to my wife. I often tell you, Abe, and I think that everyone will agree, don't clap at this line, please, because it's self-defeating. But you know, I always tell you, Abe, that we are in the same profession. You an anesthesiologist, I give sermons. I'm not supposed to. comment. But under your hands, Abe, they're alive. I see them sometimes leaving this world into another realm of existence. Abe, your deep feeling, it's a spiritual feeling, your deep feeling. It says that angels, the prophet Ezekiel says angels are running and retreating. They're running towards the Almighty, and then they retreat. The Aramaic translation says, where do they retreat to? Ritzov Shov says something remarkable. They retreat to circle the entire world. It's called Hakafa. And then they return to the Almighty. They go out to the world and they see what the world needs, what a patient needs, what a family of a patient needs. They need the kind of verbal therapy that you offer, the feeling that you offer, and then, after Tikkun Olam, they return to the Almighty and they say, I believe, so what's the next job? What now can I do even more? Give me the strength to do so. I see the depth of your prayer and I understand that the Almighty has answered our prayers at West Hempstead with someone of your spiritual and medical caliber. And so we ask both of you, Sara and Abe, to accept this award on behalf of the love that we feel for both of you, and with our bracha and blessing, that you should continue to repair our world until that great moment of redemption. Please come forward, Abe and Sara, to accept our Family of the Year award. I would like to ask once again, I would like to ask our President David Barrett and Simcha Levine to assist me in presenting the award. A beautiful work of art, the fulfillment of our dreams one day to rebuild the world as a temple, a picture of the Western Wall, the Kosel Maravi, and the inscription reads as follows. Family of the Year, presented to Dr. Abraham and Sara Peller and Gizral of West Hempstead, 63rd anniversary dinner, April 29th, 2018. Yes, please. Will the entire family come up, the daughters? Okay, Allie and Olivia, please come up. You may be seated. A final word of gratitude. First of all, once again, David, our president of the shul and the administration, are truly paragons of devotion. working day and night to uplift our synagogue. On behalf of myself and Rabbi Peller, we give you, David, and all the vice presidents and all the officers, we give you, David, and Sipora, because certainly you couldn't do without Sipora. And we give you a tremendous Yasher Koach, and may you have strength, and may you have vision, continued vision, to bring our shul to great heights. Thank you so much for everything. My final word of gratitude is to that individual who almost all of you have been enlisted in her kind of circle of spies to report when I don't use my walker. Every year I tell you, just in one phrase, I tell you about my beloved wife, Raffle, and her vigilance that has brought me to this moment, unquestionably so. I would like to tell you, I would love to, if we're true, to say that all those nights during that, what I call the midwinter vacation, those long nights, every hour I said to you, Rachi, I'd like to say to everyone, Rachi, I love you, but I didn't do that. I have to be honest, Rachi. All I said and you heard from me and you absorbed it and always smiled with that incredibly sweet smile. Every time that I said every hour, Rachi, I have an appointment, get me out of here. But tonight I tell you what's in my heart, you know that you are, as I've said every year, you are the rose in my life. Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful tribute. It means so much to me. And all of you can do it. Enjoy and get some rest tonight.
This marks the conclusion of our program for the evening. To Levine for the outstanding job they did tonight in putting together our program. In no particular order: Sara Altmark, Naomi Hollander, David Kesselman, Zvi Kushner, Michael Levine, Harold Lipsky, Sharon Lipsky, Paul Reinstein, Nechama Tabor, Aaron Trowering, Natalie Weissman, Izzo Zwerin, and Shira Zwerin. Please join me in a round of applause for all their hard work and effort. And once again, let's put our hands together and thank our honorees, President and CEO John Collins, Sophia Dawkins, and Abe and Sara Peller. We are now going to announce the Raffle winners. I call upon our Raffle chair, Sharon Lipsky, who along with Michael Levine took care of this year's raffle. After the raffle drawings, we'll be having Myra out in the hallway, and you may stay for as long as you want. Have a good night. Thank you.
Let me hold them.
I guess so. Just do.
I'll hold them.
The whole thing?
Yeah, it's because you're going to feel on you. Go.
Okay. 2 next tickets, Michael and Sara Horowitz.
Okay, they're not here. Good, you have a list. Go, next.
Two Mets tickets, Rhonda Weiss.
Rhonda Weiss. Keep going.
4 Yankee tickets, Ben Kramer.
Not here. Okay, keep going.
2 Islander tickets, Josh Lamb.
Keep going.
2 Islander tickets, Bert Peckman.
Keep going.
The Chocolate Tree, Milty Cohen.
Milty Cohen.
Hold on, give him this.
Right.
Milty.
Here, give it.
Milty, give him that.
keep going.
Okay, I hope someone's writing it down.
I know what this is.
100 personalized note cards from Magnum, David Finkelstein.
David Finkelstein. Keep going.
Milk Street Cafe, Gary Glogauer.
There we go. Yeah. Keep going. Another one.
Gift certificate to Milk Street Cafe, Kenny Glassman.
Kenny Glassman. Keep going. Sisterhood Chalfmanis.
Sisterhood Shalachmanos, Jay Mastel.
Amen. Stell. He's here. Keep going. 16 handles.
16 Handles gift certificate, Harold Rubin.
Harold Rubin. Hunkies.
Dinner for four at Hunky's, Richard Beeler.
Reesters.
Reesterers coupon for Elliot Friedman.
Epic Escape.
Epic Escape the Room, Alana Bedziner.
I have no idea what that is.
The Grounds Guys Landscaping to David Yitzchaki. Milestones Printing Notes to Stewie Ryback. A Georgie wig for Josh and Rifki Lamb. I&D Glot Certificate, Ron Lenevsky.
How do we know what we're doing?
Ron Lenevsky, Wingwan. Nechama Tabor, Creative Corner Art Lesson. Sorry. You gotta be writing it down. What did you win? What?
No, keep going. Wait,
Okay.
keep going.
Alan Skorsky, Aroma Nails.
Two more.
David Hart, Aroma Nail Certificate. And Mutty Latz, Aroma Nail Gift Certificate. Oma Sushi, $100. Josh Lamb. Joe Green.
No. No, we did these right. We did these right.
Okay, then we'll go to the next one.
I
Okay,
have no idea who won what.
that's great. Joe Green, gift certificate from the Macher Shop. Hold on. And why do we have? No, we didn't get them all.
This is the only thing that's left.
Set of leather matzori, Ari Khan. And the grand prize, 2 round-trip tickets to Israel. Are we ready? Abe and Sarah Peller.
I have no idea who won what.
Thank you all for coming.
Are we going to be able to get this all out there now?
Music, please.
David.
All right, listen up. Who didn't?
Well, I have no idea who
Picking up
won
your
what.
gift.